Recent evidence suggests that ability grouping, especially where it is implemented in the early years, is likely to fail in reducing the attainment gap. So why is ability grouping common practice in most primary schools? A recent study by Bethan has found that 99% of schools in the UK group children according to ability. Their benefits and disadvantages are widely debated by educators, encouraging us to ask the question, is ability grouping beneficial for children's academic development, or is it simply widening the gap? During my placement experience, the class teacher implemented ability grouping in order to provide differentiated work and support levels. As this was an early years setting, it was interesting to see the impact of ability grouping on their learning and development. Some would argue that ability grouping allows for more personalised teaching and learning, which is supported by Ofsted, who state that setting can help teachers to plan work more precisely and select appropriate teaching methods. Ability grouping, therefore, can allow children to access learning at their own level.
However, it has been argued that ability grouping has a negative impact on pupil self-esteem, attitudes and engagement without any significant positive impact on pupil attainment, as stated by Irison and Hallam. Children may lack confidence if placed in the middle or lower ability groups as they become aware that they have been placed in groups that are less able. The findings from a recent Millennium Cohort study also states that streaming advantages those who are already high attainers, disadvantaging those who are placed in middle or lower groups who are deprived of working with those who are more advanced.
Kagan grouping was implemented as a method of inclusion in my base class during placement. The aim is to encourage talk between children of varying ability in the hope that cooperative learning will take place. The groupings are typically decided from curriculum-based assessments. I found that heterogeneous groupings resulted in peer support and children encouraged each other to achieve the learning objectives. Another benefit of Kagan grouping is that it can facilitate talk for learning, whereby children can discuss and gain ideas from each other.
Webb supported the effectiveness of Kagan grouping for both high and low achievers. She argued that if children were set based on ability, high achievers would interact less effectively as they would assume that everyone in the group should have understood the materials. She further argued that when low achievers are grouped together, they would have insufficient ability to help each other to learn. However, it could be argued that Kagan grouping benefits the lower ability children within the groups, but the higher ability children may not feel challenged. Therefore, the higher ability children in the group may not develop their personal understanding.
Reflecting upon these ideas, we have considered how this will affect our future practice. Each child is different, meaning each class has completely different needs that need to be met in order for the classroom to become inclusive.
It may benefit children to have a mixture of class groupings. We recognise the importance of responding to the ethos of the school and the influence of stakeholders. We need to consider whether separating children by their ability would provide a more personalised learning experience, or whether it would have a negative impact on the children's confidence.
Or should we encourage the children to work together in mixed ability groups, potentially giving confidence to those of lower ability, but risk a lack of challenge for those of higher ability? It is important to find a balance that ensures the inclusion of each child whilst providing accessible but challenging learning opportunities for all.